Hello and welcome to Rooks and Hooks YouTube channel, the Red Hot Road. We are taking off from the driveshaft game versus Rooks and Hooks, and where I left it was in fact on move 14, where C takes the knight on e4, everybody. Right, so what were we looking for here? Our pawn structure is pretty solid. We've got all our pieces developed. We've castled, and they've got these three lovely pawns in the centre, but it's solid because we've got 1, 2, 3 pawns here. We've got a queen on this diagonal ready to evacuate off the back rank, and also on this D diagonal to G5 evacuate the area there as well, ready to push the A pawn. So with that in mind, the move order, I've left it a few days. It's bishop back because we were being attacked, keep it on the same diagonal as the queen. We could have come back to f6, but then they could have just pushed forward with the e pawn there. So move 13, hold on, that's it, we'll go back up there, just check. Right, so yeah, we came back to c7, right, bear with me, analyze, move 13. Yeah, so they took the knight, we came back to c7, and then we exchanged a few pawns off, which opened up the e file. So this bishop's ready to take the pawn and get the extra pawn, but they didn't capitalize on that. They left it equal. So we were thankful for that. So we grabbed the pawn, bishop takes pawn, and then we played rook to b8 to protect the b pawn. Queen comes to potentially have a battery for this attack on h7. We saw that with check, gaining another pawn. King comes out the way. Bishop on the same diagonal, ready to deliver a check. Now, that was it. I wasn't too fussed about the bishop taking the pawn because the king can just slide to h8. Rook on c8 to attack the queen, and then the queen coming out of the way. We had rook to f to e8 to attack the bishop, so the bishop's pinned against the queen. We've still got this lovely diagonal with the bishops on, ready to pounce on f2 when given the chance. And then they've just played queen to h5 check. So the problem now is we're going to come here. They're going to go there check. We're going to come here. They've got this check. And I believe we're better if we take with the rook. Then what has white got in this position? What can driveshaft play in this position? I'd rather take with the rook than take with the king, because then we're exposed with the check here. And then if we don't want to be really getting caught up like this, do we? So it's just a case, yeah, we're gonna end up being pushed across the board. So it's right that we stay on f8 when that move order is anticipated by myself. So that's all good. They play queen h5 check. We haven't got anything else that we can play instead. It's not as if the queen can come back and defend. The rooks can't come back and defend, so we're going to go king to g8. They're going to play here. We're going to go there. They're going to take, and then we'll take here. Still eyeing down this square here. And then if what would they play in it? If they have they got a check? They haven't got a check. What would they play here? Maybe they come back and defend f2. But then we can block the bishop in. But then they can take, because we can't take because of the check. So before that, yeah, queen takes, queen back to f2. We have got a check here though, haven't we? King may be here to defend. Then we can come back, check here, and win the bishop. There's another route. So just for today's move, for driveshaft game, as black, they play queen h5 check. We're going to go king to g8. Now with my OBS, I'm going to show you something now. We're going to click here. We're going to go scene collection, then we're going to go close that page down, go to the page, back to OBS, rooks, click, there we go, players, click, submit move button, click, analyze button, and click. If anyone knows how to just transfer a scene to a scene without having to manually upload each subheading that I've done there, please let me know. All right guys, so we are on driveshaft. So queen h5 check, we go king to g8, and then we go submit move. And then the other driveshaft game, if I just go to this one, we left it on, let me just pause the video. Okay, we're back. So we left it at pawn move b3, and the idea was the bishop was going to come to b2 and potentially win a rook, because the queen has to move out of the way. And what happened was I played b3, they played to attack the bishop, and I've missed the move. So with all the other games going on and being away, I was just playing on my phone, so you know, not realising what I'd actually planned. But here, if they're going to take the bishop, we're going to take the knight. That's why we played b3. We've still got the chance of putting the bishop on b2. So we've taken the knight, they've taken the pawn. We can't take the pawn back because the rook is covering the queen here. So what did we play instead? Let me just have to close that down. Go back to that, go back to that, go back. So yeah, it was pawn takes knight, pawn takes pawn, and then we played e5 to attack the queen. Knight's covering, queen's got to really go to f5 maybe, or g6, h6, they can go back to the e7, they can go to g7. In fact, they went to g7. So this left me, the idea for me was to get the queen up here with the rook. So I needed to get the queen out of the way of the rook. I need to move up the pawn on c2 to make way for the queen. So we still play bishop b2, so we're going to plan a discovered attack on the bishop. So they've seen this, we've taken the pawn, the knight's taken, and then we've got potentially knight to e5 to go attack the rook this way. We played the bishop because our next move was to check with the rook here, and the bishop obviously assisting the rook at enforcing the check. So that's not a problem with rook h to e8 because we have the rook checking the king, and then the king has come to d7. Now, after going through the game, I've missed a move here. I could simply have played rook to b7, winning the queen, but I've missed that, and I've played a discovered attack on the queen with d pawn takes c. So the king has to go to e7. Could have defended, but with the knight, but we just take. Has it done it again? So I'll just go back again. So it's our move now. And I think my best move here would be queen to e2, because we're going to do a discovered attack with the bishop, and then the queen checks the king on e2, and we can win the queen that way. But I've got a feeling if we play queen e2, sorry, bishop takes knight, queen will take bishop, and we've still got the pin with the bishop. What else is there? We've got to move the queen, obviously. There's no other pieces to block that, so I think queen e2 is the best move here. So driveshaft, rooks and hooks, we're going to be playing queen e2 on that respect. So let me just pause the video and then I'll go back to the other screen so you can see me submit the move. Okay, we're back. So yeah, as suggested and worked out by myself, calculated, should I use this more appropriate word, we're going to go queen to e2. That will be the driveshaft moves completed. So we'll submit the move there, as you can see. And all it is left to say is, let me just leave it on a page for you, like so. There's a few more games that I've got going on at the moment. I mean, we've got Rooks and Hooks versus Roma 45. That's up and away. We've got MC40. This is a 2025 January Open Octet 1. Random groups. Let me just... if I pull up clubs, does it show you? What does it show you on the clubs? Yeah, we'll just go to the table. Let's see where we're at the table. Table. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We're 29th on the table. So when it did page view with all the players on, I might have to drop a little note into the forum there to ask them if we're able to have a display with all the club members on at once. So yeah, we'll just wait for the next moves. Look out for day 49, Road to 2000 on Lead Chess. We'll have some games on the ICC coming up, and we'll continue the coverage for Rooks and Hooks versus Driveshaft. Alright then guys, there's the love. Thanks for the support. Don't forget to spread the word, and we shall see you all very soon back on the Rooks and Hooks YouTube channel. The date is the 27th of February 2025. It's 1:39 PM. Look out for the upload, and we'll catch you soon. Alright guys, come on down.